Good evening, Raider baseball fans, and welcome to Game 2 between the Alamo Heights Mules and your Rouse Raiders. We're just about ready to get underway here. But what a game last night, Jonathan, down in San Antonio for Game 1 of this series.
Yes, sir, and you did allude to the fact that it was a very historic ballpark, Alamo Heights Mule Yard, as it's called, and nestled amongst the trees. What a phenomenal game. Offense really clicking for the Rouse Raiders as they keep building, right? Game after game, they're building. Different people are starting to really come into their own and show that their offense is right where it needs to be in the playoffs.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Mr. Jonathan Kaspar as Game 2 is just ahead of us. So let's go over some scores from last night throughout the area.
Yes, sir. So, again, Rouse taking care of Alamo Heights at the Mule Yard, winning 10-1. Lake Creek taking down Georgetown 4-1, so that'll be an interesting one to watch there, where on the flip side, Georgetown Eastview gets their first ever playoff series win last week, and then they turn around and follow it up with a big inning and go up 6-4 against Magnolia and come out with the win there. So really, really great for them. Great to see that through Eastview. Magnolia West takes down Elgin. Cedar Park and Medina Valley. Now, it shows 0-0 only because there was a rain delay in that game. But Cedar Park was up, evidently, based off of what we saw, 10-1. So I don't know how far they made it into that game.
Went 5 innings, and then it was postponed due to lightning and rain in the area there in Smithson Valley because they're playing at Smithson Valley.
Smithson Valley, correct. So there's the potential that once you make it past 4 innings, it could potentially be called a game. So we'll see. Do they continue that game?
They did.
Pick up where
so
they left off?
They were picking up today.
Okay.
And you'll see that on the next slide for the bracket, or not the brackets, but the area round.
Okay. Moving on, Bernie Champion winning 10-1 over MacArthur. Kerrville Tivy 6-0, continuing their very impressive out of the 4 seed in 26-5A, having handled Liberty Hill in 2 straight games, moving on and taking care of Southwest. And then McAllen beating Palmview, Lovejoy Palmview, right? So
La Jolla.
La Jolla. So great stories in there. Teams that aren't necessarily expected to be there, aren't necessarily expected to handle the way they have the playoffs, and they've done a really good job.
So the way that worked for Cedar Park is that they were finishing Game 1, and then 30 minutes later they would start Game 2 at Smithson Valley. So that's how that was going to work tonight. But neither of those teams are on Game Changers, so we can't actually get the scores of those games. And I think Don Miller was trying to get in touch with one of his contacts there at Cedar Park to see if he could get an update on that score.
Yeah, and we'll keep y'all posted. Obviously, as soon as we can get some information, we'll definitely make it available to everybody at home watching. And, again, let everybody that that is interested in watching the game, let them know about SHN Sports on YouTube. You can easily search SHN Sports Rouse Baseball to be able to find us, find the broadcast, like us, subscribe to us.
And hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified when Rouse goes live, when we go live. And so each week in the playoffs is a challenge to actually get the streaming rights and be sub-licensed. And, of course, we'll do that each week that we move on in the playoffs. So until then, we don't know until the schedules are set, because we have to turn in the dates and times of the games, not the venues. I just need to know the dates and the times.
Yeah, so the request cannot happen until coaches basically meet and determine, is it going to be a 1 game? Is it going to be a 3 game?
Right. Yeah,
is it going to be a home
all that.
Neutral? Is it going to be full neutral? I mean, there's so many things to be decided that are almost immediate, right? I mean, sometimes you'll even see visiting coaches come in, and after a series is over, they'll sit down right after that and get together and do a coin flip with a UIL representative to administer and obviously monitor the coin flips and who's going to play where. So
the Alamo Heights Mules are out of District 27 5A. They come into tonight 25-7 overall and finished undefeated in District 16-0. They're the number one seed out of District 27 5A. Their head coach is Joey Boyd. He's in his fourth year with 62 wins. He's assisted by Colton Hermes, Willie Golick, and Fabian Welch. Their 2023 record was 22-14, and they finished 14-2 in district and were an area finalist. They have 5 returning starters. The Rouse Raiders come into this evening out of District 25 5A, 27-8-1. They're 10-4 in district play. They're the number 3 seed out of District 25 5A. Their head coach is Chad Crimpine. He's in his 23rd year with 508 wins. He's assisted by Manny Perez, Dan LaPaglia, and Will Noble. Their 2023 record was 30-12-1. They were 9-5 and the 4th seed out of District 25 5A and played all the way to the regional finals and lost the regional finals to Bernie Champion, who went on to the state tournament and lost their first game at the state tournament.
Something that we're all too familiar with, Michael, with the making it to the state tournament and not being able to make it into that final game, as the 2021 Rouse Raiders were in that same situation. And, what a great run that was. Timely hitting. Obviously, that was the key for their entire run that they did have. Great pitching. All games that were very low-scoring games. There was no blowouts. There was no huge wins on either side. Extremely tight games. Really good pitching. Really good defense. And it was just the 1 or 2 or 3 runs, that made the difference throughout that run. Very different than what we're seeing this year. The offense is crazy at times for these Raiders. The 2024, they get on a run and they just sort of feed off of each other, but they still have very good pitching. So interested to see how we move forward here throughout these playoffs.
This series between the Raiders and the Mules is a repeat of last year. It's a rematch of the area round, and both those games were played at Concordia University last year, and this year the coach is opting to go a home and neutral series. So if the Alamo Heights Mules win tonight, then there would be game 3 tomorrow at 1 o'clock down in Dripping Springs.
Yes, sir. And, Coach had made the crack that he really didn't think that they were going to want to play Concordia again this year. Whenever he was going to meet with Coach for the Mules, knowing that was sort of a backyard for us, right?
Uh-huh.
We absolutely love Concordia. What a phenomenal complex.
Oh, it's an excellent venue.
Great place to play. Great seating, for everybody. It is a what? They're a D2.
Yeah, I believe they're D2.
I think they're a D2, and just really
D2, D3.
Yeah, just an unbelievable complex. Great seating, great view anywhere you want to sit in the park. Big field, big field, just like what we have here, and that saw one of the longest home runs ever to be hit. That was directly from the players, having never seen anything hit that far from Landon Miller, who got on the board multiple hits last night at the Mule Yard and did go yard into right field with a big shot with a game that was in control from first inning for the Raiders, and we really want to see that continue tonight.
So it looks like we may be experiencing some latency issues on the video. So we may end up having to restart and try it again, but hopefully we won't have to do that. Mule fan number 1, go get 'em Mules, give it your all. And he comes back with go Alamo Heights. He's cheering on his team early here this evening.
It looks like the coaches have had their meeting at home plate and getting ready to get the ball rolling here, get the game underway.
So the lineups are about to take place, and we will follow suit with that. Just appears that we're still doing good. It's just a little bit of latency going on. Hopefully, Leander will catch up with it sometimes, because when we go different areas, the upload and everything is so much better than it is in our area here, unfortunately. One of these, well, I know we've got Ethernet out here, but for some reason we can't connect through YouTube due to restrictions by the district.
Gotta love technology.
Yeah, gotta love
not.
technology. Yeah, or not. Let's just saying, right? So the starting lineups tonight for both squads, leading off for the Mules. Number 11, Blake Botter in left field. He will be followed by the second baseman, number 2, Luke Spielhagen. The starting pitcher for the Mules tonight, number 13, Bruno Robles, will be batting third. Batting fourth will be the third baseman, number 24, Yul Salaburu. Batting fifth will be the catcher, number 27, Will Broderick. He will be followed by the designated hitter, number 19, Hunter Jones. He will be hitting for the shortstop, number 7, Luke Massey. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, number 8, Hunt Conger. Batting eighth will be the first baseman, number 21, Albert Colglazer. And rounding out the order for the Mules tonight, the center fielder, number 4, Parks Zunker.
Yeah, not many changes here from what we did see last night in game one. Bruno Robles seemed to be the jack of all trades. I mean, he made the All-Star game selection as a catcher, but we've only seen him at shortstop now last night and starting pitcher tonight. So just guy putting himself in many positions out there and giving himself an opportunity to succeed, at many different levels and many different positions. So
leading the Raiders off, second baseman, number 9, Raider Heinrich. Right fielder, number 12, Tyler.
The lineup for the Rouse Raiders leading off will be the second baseman, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. He will be followed by the right fielder, number 12, Tyler Espinosa. Batting third will be the starting pitcher for the Raiders tonight, number 8, Oscar Salazar. Batting fourth will be the center fielder, number 10, Landon Miller. Batting fifth will be the catcher, number 14, Xander Forcell. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter, number 11, Andrew Sanchez. He will be hitting for the left fielder, number 31, Adrian Graves. Batting seventh will be the first baseman, number 22, Nathan Miller. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, number 7, Jacob Solis. Batting ninth will be the third baseman, number 1, Diego Gayton.
Yeah, Michael, in similar fashion to what we saw on Thursday night, Adrian Graves getting an opportunity to hit for himself, which is not normally the case. And then now we get Diego Gayton again getting the chance to hit for himself here in this game. So
we're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We'll be right back in just one moment. Thank you for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. It's baseball time, playoff baseball time in Texas, Jonathan.
Yes, sir. Playoff baseball time in Texas, and absolutely love hearing that every year. Never gets old.
Alan Kelch checking in. Go Raiders. Mason Hunt. Go Raiders. Oscar Salazar on the mound for the Raiders, and we'll go over the Raiders defensively. Number 8, Oscar Salazar on the mound. Behind the plate, number 14, Xander Forcell. At first base, number 22, Nathan Miller. At second base, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, number 1, Diego Gayton. At short, number 7, Jacob Solis. In left field, number 31, Adrian Graves. In center field, number 10, Landon Miller. And in right field, number 12, Tyler Espinoza. Due up for the Mules in the first, Blake Bonner, Luke Spielhagen, and Bruno Robles. We are just about ready to get underway here. Don't miss the final UIL state event of the year, the 2024 State Baseball Tournament, taking place Wednesday, June 5th through Saturday, June 8th. These games will be played at the Dale Diamond in Round Rock, with Conference 4A games taking place at the historic Dish Falk Field at the University of Texas at Austin campus. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball.
All right, so here we get ready to get underway. Again, the real only defensive change from what we've seen lately is we have actually seen from his start on game 1, Gavin Silva has been the third baseman, as of late. And now Diego Gayton comes in with his opportunity to shine. And defensively, he's very strong, very sound. And, and once again, getting an opportunity to hit for himself as well.
Bonner digs in from the left side. Oscar Salazar going from the stretch. The pitch, a fastball, gets the outside corner for strike 1. And we are underway here in Leander. Grandma Holbrook, go Raiders. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Raider Field located on the campus of Rouse High School in Leander, Texas. Comfortably situated between Wiley Middle School and Rouse High School. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Bonner goes down on 3 straight pitches for out number 1. That will bring up Luke Spielhagen. Spielhagen moved up in the order from last night.
Yes, he did. And folks, there's no lag that you're seeing here. I mean, that is as quick as you thought you saw it here, with 3 straight deliveries, 3 straight strikes from Oscar Salazar, as he is working very fast.
Swing and a miss on a pitch high and outside for strike 1.
And I think some of that wants to amend for his outing to start.
That pitch high and outside for ball 1.
Against Smithson Valley, where he was just struggling,
he struggled
to find the strike zone.
The 1-1 pitch, cut on and missed for strike 2. A little off-speed pitch.
Yes, sir. And of course, folks will look at that final score and think about how he struggled. He didn't give up any hits. You're right. No hits given up, but 1 run came in.
This is line to second. Heinrich has it, throw to first in time, and that will do it for Spielhagen. 4-3 on the putout.
And that run did come in, but as a result of walks, as he did create 4 walk situations in the first inning of game 2 against Smithson Valley, and righted the ship, found his way and was able to really get a lot of strikeouts and just sort of outpace those walks in that game.
Salazar from the stretch. Bruno Robles stands in, and he will swing and miss for strike 1. Jose Haas Alfonsin, vamos, vamos, muchachos, adelante. The 0-1, that is cut on and missed for strike 2. Hey, look who's in. Nana is in. Gonzo's grandma, go Raiders. Great to have you with us, Nana.
Yes, ma'am.
The 0-2 pitch coming up. A fastball catches Robles looking for strike 3. And the Mules go in order in the first. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Raiders in the bottom half, Heinrich, Espinosa, and Salazar. Defensively for the Mules tonight. On the mound, number 13, Bruno Robles. Behind the plate, number 27, Will Broderick. At first base, number 21, Albert Colglazer. At second base, number 2, Luke Spielhagen. At third base, number 24, Yul Sadaburu. At short, number 7, Luke Massey. In left field, number 11, Blake Botter. In center field, number 4, Parks Zunker. And in right field, number 8, Hunt Conger.
Yeah, and a very, very efficient inning there for Oscar Salazar.
Which is in contrast to the first inning last week.
Exactly.
That
I mean,
he pitched and walked 4 in the first and walked in the lone run that Smithson Valley had on the evening.
And if I'm not mistaken, it was well over 20 pitches that he had in that first inning. And he comes back this week, and says, you know what? I'm moving on. It's a thing of the past. I'm making the adjustment. I'm going to right my wrong. Again, you can't say that it was a wrong for the fact that it was a no-hitter, a combined no-hitter between Oscar Salazar and Carson Henderson. So unbelievable results.
So
just a crazy way to get to those results. And he goes 10 pitches, 9 strikes in the top of the first here.
So in that game, he ended up walking a total of 7 batters, but he also struck out 10.
Yes, he did. And again, it was just trying to outpace, right? We talked about it during the broadcast. He's trying to outpace those walks
right.
with 7 of them but doing a great job with the double-digit strikeouts, and love seeing that.
The Mules in their gold-top uniforms, white pants with blue piping down the side. Raiders in their white unis with their crimson pinstriping, crimson numerals.
We've got a new stat to figure out here, Michael.
What's that?
That was a pre-game warm-up pitch in the hole fielding percentage for Landon Miller.
First pitch from Robles misses low for ball 1.
Landon picked up the ball at the backstop and gave it to the umpire there during the warm-up pitch.
The 1-0 pitch, that's high for ball 2. Robles working from the windup. Robles, a utility player for the Mules, and talking with their coaches, that misses low for ball 3. He'll play anywhere. You plug him in, and he'll play there.
Well, the fact that he's catcher, he's obviously a pitcher, and he's played short would indicate that exact thing.
The 3-0, that's high and outside for ball 4. And the Raiders lead off is aboard as Robles gives up his first walk of the evening. That'll bring up Tyler Espinosa.
And aside from the fact that Rayner did get a hit on the first at bat last night, we're seeing immediate it seems like they're overthrowing. The starting pitcher, Zunker, for
Davis
Zunker for the Mules last night, overthrowing a lot and just not being able to control, and didn't walk anybody, but hit 2 batters. Did walk 1, I apologize. And
fastball down the middle for a strike, and that's the first pitch strike from Robles. Yul Sadaburu playing up in the infield grass, anticipating a possible bunt. Heinrich extends his lead at first. Robles from the stretch, the 0-1 pitch. Espinosa will lay down the bunt, and Heinrich will advance over on the sacrifice.
Robles giving a quick look and realizing that Rayner had a great jump and was way up the line. Oh. They're actually calling a balk against Robles, which is going to bring Tyler Espinoza back to the plate. On that last pitch, it was, I did not see the umpire.
So it was a no pitch.
Yeah, line umpire down the third base line made the call.
Okay. So you have to reset the out.
Much to the dismay of Coach Boyd, as he went out there to get an explanation, and he explained he did not come set.
Well, that happened to Holbrook last night.
Yes,
he was called for a balk.
Yeah, on the line drive to Rainer Heinrich, which would have been the third out of the inning.
He's the second base umpire got it wrong. He was having Rainer go back, and the other umpires had to correct him and let him know that no, on a balk, the runner gets to advance.
And he was stealing the bag on the move, so wouldn't that potentially allow him to go to third?
Okay. All right, so one on with no outs. And one strike.
One strike, yes.
To Tyler Espinoza. He will take outside for strike 2.
And
Spielhagen playing way up in the grass behind.
That's exactly what I was looking at. He's already advanced the runner, and they're anticipating that he's going to put another bunt down, which could very likely happen with 0.
The 0-2 pitch, that is fouled away. And
with no outs.
Espinoza
currently in the inning.
Will get another opportunity. Oscar Salazar on deck. Broderick gives the sign. Robles checks Heinrich at second. He'll come home. This is fouled away, a fastball on the outside corner.
Yeah, spoiling a really good pitch there was Tyler Espinoza. Really want to see him get his bat going.
We want to welcome everybody to the broadcast tonight. If you're Alamo Heights fans, give us a shout out for your team and your favorite player. Rouse, faithful, you too as well. And we will shout it out here on the broadcast. A breaking ball catches him looking.
Oh, my goodness. How is that a strike?
It was beautiful. That was a beautiful breaking ball. He thought it was going to hit him, and he turned away from it.
That much?
Oh, yeah, it did.
Wow.
That was a great pitch.
I don't have the best of angles over here, but my goodness.
I tell you, it was a good-looking pitch from here. One to be proud of.
So basically no harm, no foul, as the bunt did create an out, and Rainer Heinrich makes it to second. Even though it was a balk, they exchange it anyway. There's an out. He's still at second base.
Oscar Salazar digs in. He will take for ball 1 on a fastball inside. Cynthia Quiroga checking in, watching Bruno from Chicago. Chicago back in the broadcast.
Chicago back in the broadcast. Love it. Had some Chicago folks last year.
The 1-0 delivery. Another breaking ball gets the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 the count to Salazar. 1 on with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. No score as of yet.
Oscar Salazar, your RBI leader in 5A play through the regular season, and I would anticipate that has continued as he has grown that number.
Stroke down the middle. This will be played by Luke Massey. And the throw to first in time. That'll go 6-3 on the put out of Salazar. Heinrich advances on the hit. 2 away for Landon Miller.
Cole Glazier having to climb the ladder on that throw.
He did. The throw was high, but fortunately he was able to get to it. A breaking ball in for strike 1. Robles from the windup. The 0-1 delivery. That's high and inside. It brushes Miller back off the plate for ball one.
Again, still dealing with that slight north wind from the front that came through yesterday, midway through our game down at Alamo Heights.
The 1-1 pitch, a fastball fouled off for strike two.
So as a north wind goes here at Raider Field, it does go left field to right field. Not necessarily blowing out, just more of a crosswind.
Ponciano Quiroga watching from Valparaiso, Indiana. Shout out to Bruno Robles. Swing and a miss, a drop third strike. And Heinrich will score on the drop third strike.
Landon not even understanding how that ball got away. Thought it was a catch, but it actually hit Broderick's shin pads, which made it sound like it was in the glove to Landon Miller. He actually turned around and saw that the ball had squirted away and made his way up the line to make sure not to get the out, right? Because that had been a force and Rainer Heinrich would not have counted.
The first pitch to Xander Forcell fouled off for strike one. Mule fan checking in. Wow, that was a terrible balk call on Bruno Robles.
Yeah, very possible. Fortunately, it's not something I was keeping my eye on to really even understand
Like
what initiated the call.
With Dalton Holbrook last night.
Correct. Yeah, same thing. I mean,
it's like I didn't see it. I'm sitting there looking right at him, but I didn't notice it. But the umpire called him for not coming set. A fastball down the middle for strike two.
And I want to say it was the same umpire because this is the same group
from
that we
night.
had from last night. And that very likely is the same umpire who was on the first base line last night, now is on the third base line.
The throw to first, not in time.
Ooh.
As Miller dives back in safely, but that was awfully close.
Very close. Very close.
His dive back in wasn't a sliding dive. He was about 2 feet up off the ground.
A diving dive.
So he made it a little easier to put the tag on, but fortunately he got back safely. Tony Lucero checking in. Shout out to Vincent Perez on his senior year from his godfather from San Antonio, Jose Alfonso. Dale, Bruno. The throw over to first again will not be in time.
Yeah, love giving those shout outs to the seniors, having that one last opportunity here at the high school level to represent their team and try to go as far as possible in the playoffs. It's always fun to watch.
The 0-2 pitch, that is fouled away as Forcell just gets a piece of it. Of course, I got Mama Forcell sitting right here next to me running the scoreboard and cheering on her son.
And giving the oops and the oh and the
yeah.
oh. Right. A lot of sound effects coming from that side of the box here.
The 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball just at the top of the zone. It could have gone either way.
Yeah, and Xander just electing to let that go by, as catchers will have some of the best eyes that you will see in the batter's box, having been able to watch what's going on, but very early in the game to really even say that.
Andrew Sanchez on deck. Robles will step off and walk to the back of the mound and come back up and reset.
Yeah, and the X Factor looking to get back on the board here, Mr. Extra Base Hit King, as it has been this season for him.
1-2. This is stroked into left field. And Miller will round second and head into third. He will come in standing up, and Xander Forcell will have a double.
Another extra base hit. Absolutely love the putting that out there, and these guys are just making my job so easy, Michael.
Right. Dawson Snow will courtesy run for the catcher. Coach Boyd will make his way out to the mound. Actually, I think he may be going to talk to the umpire.
Maybe in a appeal. Did he not touch first? Did he not touch second? Are they asking if maybe one of the runners did not make contact with the bag?
Well, he may be saying that. Okay, well, there was no safe sign or anything like that given. So
yeah, so it wasn't a discussion of.
Camino Stapleton checking in, extra base hit for the X Factor.
Tell you what, he has been unbelievably on a tear from probably a third into the season and just has woke up the bat and just is absolutely driving the ball to all parts of the field. Love seeing it.
Sanchez at the plate. He will take for a strike. Another breaking ball from Robles.
Another young man here, Andrew Sanchez, whose bat has come alive, representing that number 11 so well.
The 0-1 delivery. He goes right back with a breaking ball, but it's inside for ball one.
Stayed inside that time. Didn't have quite the
bite on it.
Break, the bite that the first pitch did.
1-1 the count to Sanchez. Nathan Miller on deck. 2 on with 2 out here in the bottom of the first. Raiders leading this 1-0.
Robles very, very fidgety on the mound. Watching him, I mean, just really.
1-1. This is cut on and hit out to center. Park Zunker will come in on it and make the catch, and that will do it for the Raiders. They get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 2. And after 1 complete, it's 1-0 Rouse. On to the second we go. Due up for the Mules in the second. Salaburu, Broderick, and Jones. We want to take this opportunity to recognize our double sponsors. Austin Summit Group, Terry McDaniel and Company Investment, and Team Guerrero, as well as our triple sponsors, B2Z Engineering and 4-Wheel Parts. Thank you for your kind and generous support of Rouse Raider Baseball. It's playoff time, and they desperately need that support from our sponsors.
Tell you what, that goes a long way, being able to have an opportunity to ride down to some of these games that are 2+ hours in style, with the buses not having to ride the yellow bus, right?
The yellow dog.
And getting an opportunity to ride in one of the more customized and nicer buses and transit buses and things of that nature that have reclining seats and air conditioning versus having windows as air conditioning, especially on a humid time of year as we're dealing with now, although we've had the front come in yesterday that has given a very nice change, here through the first couple of weeks of the playoffs.
Salaburu makes his way to the plate. Salaburu broke up the no-hitter going by Gavin Silva as a leadoff in the fourth.
Yeah, and
just after he'd been injured.
I was about to say, did that right after getting popped in the right eye.
Salazar will deal a wild pitch for ball one.
Had a chance to talk to him after the game last night and check on him, and there was a very considerable knot right above his right eye, where he got hit. And
the 1-0, that's fouled off for strike one.
He was in great spirits, had a good smile on his face, and says, man, I'm going to be ready to go for game 2. So
Will Broderick helping out his on-deck fielding percentage. The 1-1 pitch, fastball cut on and missed for strike 2. Salazar works in a good mix of pitches. Breaking ball. This is cut on and goes foul.
Good thing that it did.
That throw by Gayton was
Yeah.
terrible.
Gayton did everything he could to get to that. He did a great job of getting to the ball, but, again, that momentum just carrying him well away from first base and trying to throw across his body to make the play, and a bit wild.
Just a bit. Salaburu makes his way back to the plate. Going back to Salazar. Good mix of pitches, a breaking ball, changeup, curveball, and 4 and 2-seam fastballs. That is fouled back out of play. His fastball will touch 92, 93.
Yes, sir, it will. And, of course, Jonathan Wilson down there trying to catch as much action as possible.
1-2, that misses low for ball 2, and the count will even up. The 2-2 pitch, a fastball, just misses outside.
Wow.
For ball 3, and that one.
Xander immediately had to sort of go back and say, where did that miss, Blue? I didn't quite see his motion. Was it low? Was it outside? He didn't really show much animation there for Xander's question.
The payoff pitch, fastball that is fouled off. And Salaburu will stay alive.
Broderick over there getting a really good collection of foul balls.
Yeah, right. He's 3 for 3 on his chances for this opportunity. Swing and a miss for strike 3 as Salazar blows it by for out number 1. And that will bring up Will Broderick. Alberto Quiroga checking in. Let's go, Bruno and the Mules. Alberto Quiroga from Madison, Wisconsin.
Wow, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I hear they've got good cheese up in Wisconsin. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Broderick most likely expecting a fastball, and Salazar comes with a changeup. 0-1, and there comes the fastball for strike 2. Nothing at 2, the count to Broderick. Hunter Jones on deck. Fastball misses just outside. A good pitch, hoping to get him to chase. 1-2. Fastball cut on and missed for strike 3. And that will do it for Broderick.
Oscar Salazar absolutely dialed in tonight, just mowing them down, challenging these hitters. No fear, right? I mean, he's just going right after them. And yes, he's sprinkling in some changeup and off speed, but that's not where the strikes are coming from. And the swing and misses, it's straight up fastball.
The first pitch to Jones misses outside for ball 1. Jones hitting for the shortstop, Luke Massey. 1-0 outside for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch, that is fouled away for strike 1 on a fastball down the middle. Mule fan hammer that fastball. 2-1, that's outside for ball 3.
Still just losing a little bit there outside. Very similar to what we saw from Gavin several times last night.
The 3-1, that is cut on and missed for strike 2, and Salazar works the count back full.
And something we haven't seen yet is, will he go inside, as these Mule hitters love to crowd the plate.
Payoff pitch is cut on and missed for strike 3, and Salazar strikes out the side. They go in order again in the second. On to the bottom we go. It's 1-0 Rouse after 1.5. Due up for the Raiders in the second, Nathan Miller, Jacob Solis, and Diego Gayton. I want to take this opportunity for a UIL spot.
We'd like to announce some of our sponsors around here.
Yes, sir.
I got some new ones up there, so.
Oh, let me take a look here. Ooh, Trace Amigos. I love it. Here we go, folks. We will be right back with you after this spot from the UIL.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Bruno Robles back out to pitch the second as Nathan Miller will make his way to the plate for his first opportunity tonight.
First baseman, number 22, Nathan Miller.
Jacob Solis on deck. Robles from the windup. A breaking ball misses high for ball one.
Again, another breaking pitch there that makes its way over the top of the plate, just missing a bit high, as you mentioned. And once again, Nathan Miller riding the very, very inside, as tight to the plate as possible.
Fastball on the outside corner for strike one, and that will even it up. One and one, the count to Miller. The pitch, this is cut on and is put in play. Salaburu has it, the throw to first. What a frozen rope, and a great play by Salaburu to get the out at first. 5-3 on the put out of Miller for out number one.
And Nathan Miller getting up that line very well on that one and making that very close play.
That will bring up Jacob Solis. Solis, the shortstop for the Raiders. Diego Gayton on deck. Robles deals down and away for ball one. 1-0 pitch gets the outside corner. A fastball for strike one. A lot better weather in contrast to what we had last night at the start of game one. A hot and humid evening down at the Mule Yard. That pitch misses for ball two.
What was that? I heard something said.
So our regular press box crew in-house tonight. Mr. Don Miller on the PA and Miss Kathleen Forsell running the music and the scoreboard. And, of course, Jonathan and myself. The 2-1. That's high for ball two, or ball three.
Yeah, ball three. And, again, just barely missing. This ump really not caring so much for that up.
3-1 misses outside for ball four. And that pitch could have easily been called a strike.
Yeah, I don't.
Now batting third baseman, number 1, Diego Gayton.
From my spot here, I mean, he caught a lot of that plate there.
Has Don got the in on Gayton's last name? I always heard it was either Gayton or Gayton.
Gayton.
Coach Crimping called him Gayton at the banquet. And Miss Forsell said she thinks it's Gayton.
Oh, that was the same pitch that just got called ball four.
Ball four. Pitch in for a strike to Gayton. And Gayton says, you can call me whatever. I'm good with it.
Right?
That's what he told me anyway. The throw over to first, not in time as Solis gets back in. Rainer Heinrich on deck.
Yeah, I remember one of the teams we were playing against, one of the players, after I was getting the roster and sort of going down the names with the coach, and I said it, and he goes, "Man, I don't know what he wants."
That is fouled away for strike 2, and Gayton in an 0-2 count.
So he motions to the player, "Hey, do you go by this or that?" He goes, "You know what? I don't care." I said, "Well, I really want to know because we love to try and get it correct.
Right.
What do you prefer?" "Well, I guess this is what I prefer." "Okay, then that's what we're going to roll with, you know."
0-2 the count to Gayton. Robles comes set from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch, that's high for ball 1. Mule fan definitely not happy with the umpires, not impressed. The 1-2. He checks his swing and was able to hold up for ball 2, and that will even things up.
Well, Mule fan, we have seen a lot of that this season.
Momo checking in. Go Raiders. We have, and some umpires will weary the pitchers really bad, but they've been consistently bad towards both sides that we've seen so far. The 2-2, a breaking ball, catches him looking.
Great
We're out
pitch.
number 2. That's the second strikeout of the night for Robles.
Yeah, Robles has shown that breaking pitch is absolutely dialed in, as he has been able to get very inside pitches break across for strikes. Middle pitches, a little less break. Some that are actually a good breaking pitch that are a swing and a miss. So lots of break and lots of movement. From Bruno Robles.
Mule fan, go Bruno. What a stud.
I would agree.
Rainer Heinrich makes his way to the plate. George Garcia checking in. Go Raiders, let's get it done. Tyler Espinoza on deck. 1 on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Raiders leading this one 1-0. Bruno Robles on the mound for the Mules. First pitch misses outside for ball 1.
Broderick doing everything he could to frame that and really didn't have to move it much, but he held it there for a while, just hoping to see a little bit of change from the umpire, but
Broderick gives the sign. Robles will step off and walk to the back of the mound and reset. He toes back in. Solis extends his lead at first. A throw over to first, not in time. As Cole Glazer applies the tag.
Robles reminds me a lot of New Braunfels, the Y-man, right? Iro Yetagorina.
Iro Yetagorina.
Woo!
Now it was high and inside, but Heinrich ducks out of the way, goes to the ground for
his
ball 2.
His stature, his demeanor, the availability of him to play in multiple positions was. We got to see quite a few playoff games against him for New Braunfels Canyon.
The 2-0 pitch. Solis takes off to second. The throw is in time. And Broderick will get the out as Solis is picked off. That'll go 2-6 on the put out of Solis.
Yeah, great jump for Jacob Solis. I mean, it was a bang play there. And, you know, from our point of view, very hard to say whether that
So
was a correct call, but, I'm not going to argue it just for the fact that it was so close.
Rainer Heinrich will come back to the plate with a fresh set of strikes.
Yep, the leadoff will get to lead off.
The Raiders get no runs on no hits. They don't leave anybody. And after 2 complete, it's 1-0 Rouse. On to the third we go, due up for the Mules in the third. Hunt Conger, Albert Colglazer, and Parks Zunker. That's your 7, 8, and 9 hitters. We want to take this opportunity to recognize our home run sponsors. Tumble 22 in Cedar Park, Mode Design Company, Oots Environmental, Toyota of Cedar Park, and Mack Hike Ford in Georgetown. Thank you for your generous and valuable support of Rouse Raider baseball. Oscar Salazar back out on the mound to pitch the third. Got a great turnout here tonight. The stands are full.
They love their playoff baseball here in Leander. Heck, and just Texas in general, is.
Fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. Colglazer on deck. A bunt attempt by Conger for strike 2 as it fouls away.
Yeah, again, more of a stab there than anything. Possibly more of a, you see multiple styles of bunts, slap bunts and running bunts. And, that was definitely one of those slap bunts, trying to get it more past the pitcher if possible to.
That pitch in for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Conger. Breaking ball by Salazar just up out of the zone for ball 2. The 2-2 pitch, fastball cut on and fouled off.
Staying alive and spoiling, some great pitches there from Oscar Salazar's Conger.
The breaking ball catches him looking for strike 3.
Next up for the Mules, first baseman number 21, Albert Colglazer.
Albert Colglazer makes his way to the plate. 1 away. Salazar staying with the stretch. That pitch fouled back for strike 1. The 0-1 delivery, that will get him in the back.
That one obviously getting away from Oscar Salazar there. Not intentional by any means.
And Colglazer given an opportunity to get his gloves off, or his batting gloves off. So interesting, over the course of years, you see these new kind of semi-high-tech batting gloves and then sliding gloves.
Oh, yes. Shin guards and elbow guards and wrist guards. And
Park Zunker will take for ball 1.
Face guards, and, it just goes on and on. Forearm guards for your infielders.
The 1-0 swung on and missed for strike 1, and that leaving it up at 1.
And Colglazer actually representing the first base runner for the Alamo Heights Mules this evening.
That hit by pitch broke up the perfect game. He leaves his bat out on a bunt and takes for strike 2. Blake Botter on deck. The 1-2 pitch, a changeup, swung on and missed for strike 3. That is strikeout number 7
Back to the top. Now batting left fielder, number 11.
for Oscar Salazar.
Absolutely crazy. Strikeout number 7, and we're just 2/3 through the 3rd inning.
Back to the top of the order, Blake Botter comes up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He will take outside for ball 1. Botter struck out on 3 consecutive pitches. Low fastball cut on and missed for strike 1. Botter steps back in.
I don't know what that motion was or indicator from the home plate umpire.
Swing and a miss on an outside pitch for strike 2. The 1-2 count. Throw down to second. Will not be in time, and
would have had it.
Glazer will pick up a stolen base.
Yeah, just bounces off the top of the glove from Jacob Solis as he was trying to do a quick snap tag, on the runner, which had he had the ball, I think that was
2-2.
A really good opportunity.
2-2 the count. Deuces wild for Botter. One on with 2 outs. Salazar deals outside for ball 3, and the count works full. Spielhagen on deck. The payoff pitch, a breaking ball, catches Botter looking for strike 3. That's strikeout number 8 for Oscar Salazar.
Fully offers Texas construction team on building permit. As your expediter, Ashley Knight.
I want to take this opportunity to recognize our Grand Slam sponsors. Pulley offers Texas construction teams a new take on building permitting. As your expediter, Ashley Knight ensures accurate permit requirements, fewer rounds of comments, and full visibility at every step so you can break ground sooner. Faster permits in Texas starting today. Energy for Purpose. We perform energy audits for a purpose, stewarding energy use to impact the most vulnerable. Thank you for your kind support of Rouse Raider baseball. We couldn't do it without all of our great sponsors. Due up for the Raiders,
Rainer
Heinrich, Tyler Espinoza, and Oscar Salazar.
Rainer getting his second opportunity in 3 innings to lead off. So great to see that. He has held down that position extremely well for many years now. And really jumping out quick last night, having seen several pitches in the first at-bat and then first pitch of the next at-bat, both with the same result with doubles.
Bruno Robles back out to pitch the 3rd. No other defensive changes that I see.
Leading your Rouse Raiders off at the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, as was the case last night. Really not seeing any changes with the exception of pitching. Now, will be interesting if Robles does get bounced from the mound. Will we see him move back over to shortstop where Massey is tonight.
First pitch from Robles, the breaking ball in for strike one. The 0-1 pitch, another breaking ball. That misses down and away for ball one. The 1-1 pitch, that was swung on and.
Oh, no, he pulled out.
Oh, did he pull
yeah,
out?
no,
okay.
he was able to check and move away from being hit, almost hit by pitch there, high and inside. But
the 2-1 pitch, this is hit into right field just beyond the outstretched glove for a single.
And once again, finding
right fielder, number 12, Tyler Espinosa.
Rainer Heinrich in the hit column for the Raiders offense.
That's only the second hit for the Raiders on the night that
That's right.
Robles has given up so far.
Yeah, Xander Forcell.
And Rainer Heinrich.
With the double and then Rainer.
Espinosa 0 for 1. He was caught looking back in the first.
And once again, a bat that
on a crazy mixed up what was to be a sacrifice bunt in which Robles was called for a balk.
And then, eventually getting the same end result of Rainer Heinrich not advancing past second. And as you mentioned, Tyler Espinosa getting the strikeout looking.
Robles from the stretch. Heinrich extends his lead at first. Spielhagen played up in the grass but backs off. Espinosa will lift this one to right, and Conger comes in on it, makes the catch, and that will retire Espinosa for out number one.
Now batting pitcher, number 8, Oscar Salazar.
Oscar Salazar comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to short his first time up. Landon Miller on deck. Throw over to first, not in time as Heinrich gets back safely.
Well, yeah, crazy thing, we've been seeing that a lot from the.
Heinrich takes off. It's a hit and run. And Salazar will foul that one off for strike one.
And honestly, with the jump that Rainer did.
He threw over to first his first time up, or his first pitch.
Yeah, with Rainer having a great jump like that.
He never threw a pitch. You know what I mean.
Very likely would have been there easily, but again, hit and run call from Coach Crimpine, and Oscar Salazar making sure to try to hold up his end of the bargain.
A throw over to first will not be in time. Heinrich getting a lot of diving practice over there. They're checking first base because it came loose from its moorings. So
now Robles, very good, very hard throws throughout the night on the possible pickoff move. Not successful up to this point, although there was multiples that were very close with Landon Miller on the bag earlier.
Broderick threw out Solis back in the last inning when he attempted to steal second base, which ended the second for the Raiders. 1 on with 1 out for Salazar. He's in an 0-1 count. Again, the throw over to first. Robles comes set. The 0-1 pitch. That is hit foul and back out of play, and Salazar in an 0-2 count.
I would expect here that we're going to see that breaking pitch from Robles, and we'll see if he does get the started off hard inside. It's been very effective for him up to this point. Sort of brushing the batter back, but really breaking, getting that bite, like you said, Michael, where it crosses.
A throw over to first again. And not in time. The 0-2 pitch to Salazar. This is chopped on and hit back up the middle. The throw to first.
Hit by the ball was Oscar Salazar.
Yeah, and he gets away from.
Allows Rainer Heinrich to make his way to third.
So that will be an E1 as Salazar reaches.
Oh, no. He doesn't have to go back. He was already rounding second. Oh, my goodness. No way. They're actually calling Oscar Salazar out.
And they're saying
he was on the inside of the base path.
They're sending Heinrich back to first.
Which would be the case for an out call. I mean, I get that, but I was debating that call because Rainer was rounding second.
I don't know what's going on here.
But how is he inside? You're allowed 3 feet left and 3 feet right of the foul line.
Oh, because they're saying that it was interference. Maybe that's what they're saying. It was interference. But, I mean, he's got the baseline. I don't get it.
He's running up the line.
Now batting for the Raiders.
Unbelievable.
Okay, well, that will take away the error and runner interference.
Wow, I'd love to see the replay on that.
Miller lifts this one high into right field. Conger comes in on it and makes the catch, and that will do it for the Raider third. They get no runs on one hit. They leave one. And after 3 complete, it's 1-0 Rouse.
What a depressing inning.
What a
I mean,
what an
unbelievable.
A head scratching inning that was.
I don't get that one or see that or
definitely seems really questionable about the call when you got a runner that's up the baseline.
Yes,
and it's just a baseball play, right? And it was the throw from Robles that appeared to hit Salazar, and he was ruled interference.
Yeah, hits him in the left shoulder.
Right.
Hits him in the left shoulder, gets away. But again, he's not, I don't know.
And then, of course, called runners interference, and so Heinrich has to go all the way back to first. And then you've got the questionable balk call earlier in the game from on Robles, and so.
Correct, and then, of course, the umpires are having their little powwow meeting session there just behind Rainer Heinrich and probably talking a little bit more about it. Landon Miller obviously also talking to one of the umpires. And very suspect call at best there, Michael. I don't get that one, but.
Yeah, so definitely interesting. So.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we just hope that calls like that don't decide a game, right? That the game does not become in question as a result of something that was suspect at best. And and I don't know. I mean, I guess there's what gets me about that whole situation is no meeting by the umpires, no question of the call from Coach Krimpine to find out, hey, can y'all get together on this and have a discussion to just make sure that you made the right call. And That does not happen.
Due up for the Mules, Spielhagen, Robles, and Salaburu. The first pitch from Salazar misses outside for ball one. One 0 outside for ball two. The 2-0, that's high for ball three. Salazar takes a long look in. The 3-0 pitch misses low for ball four. And Salazar issues his first walk of the night. That will bring up Bruno Robles. Robles 0 for 1. He struck out looking back in the first.
Love to see a double play here from the Raider defense. Oscar Salazar not really known for that fly ball out guy as much as he is for the ground ball.
Robles shows bunt and lays off for ball one. One on with no outs here in the top of the fourth. That pitch gets away from Forcell, but not far enough for Spielhagen to advance.
Yeah, able to keep that in front of him. And Spielhagen not even trying to creep very far away from the bag.
The 2-0 pitch, that one is cut on and missed for strike one. Two and one the count. That is hit up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Robles off the glove of Oscar Salazar as he reached up for it.
Now batting third baseman number 24, Mules.
You've got the lag. Let me take a look and see, because
2 on with no outs here in the top of the fourth for the Mules. That pitch inside
he
for
never
ball one.
pulled the bat back. He didn't pull the bat back, and I could have swore I heard that glance off the bat, but not called.
He did call it a strike. Oh,
No,
then he
they're
changed
calling.
it. Okay.
But that was then they questioned it, and it was called a ball.
So Coach Crepine makes his way out to the mound.
Oh, mine's just way behind here. Yeah, same.
One strike count. The 1-0 pitch. That one is left out there, and that'll be strike two.
No, 1-1 now.
Oh, he
Yeah,
called it a
he
ball?
called it a ball. They asked for the appeal, and it was called a ball as he did not go around.
The 1-1 pitch, that's low and in the dirt for ball 2. Two and one the count. So we'll check it at the change of the inning. That pitch in for ball 3. There is some activity in the Raider bullpen. Carson Henderson getting loose. Ball 4, and that'll load the bases.
Yeah, that kept his 27 goals.
That will bring up Will Broderick. Broderick is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Bases loaded with no outs. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Salazar comes set. The 0-1 pitch, a fastball that will get by Porcel, and that will score the tying run, Luke Spielhagen.
Yeah, and of course, both the others runners doing their part in advancing to then put 2 more in scoring position.
Spielhagen scoring on the wild pitch. 1-1 the count to Broderick. Broderick will put this one in play. This will be played by Solis to throw to first in time.
Great
That will
dig
score
from
the
Nathan
go-ahead
Miller.
run.
Yeah, great dig from Nathan Miller, being able to get that out to get the first out of the inning, but not before a run crosses. And Alamo Heights Mules not wanting to go quietly here as they're taking advantage of every opportunity here in the top of the 4th.
That is one the count to Hunter Jones. Hunter Jones, a strikeout victim his last time up. Fastball misses low for ball 2. 2-1. Porcel makes his way out to the mound to talk with Salazar. 1 on with 1 out. Salaburu at third base. The 2-1.
Wow.
That pitch misses low for ball 3.
Yeah, and something that we've seen frequent from Oscar Salazar, when he tends to struggle, he takes a little bit off of it and find that strike zone. Doing that there, but
3-1 pitch, exact same pitch, he calls the strike.
yes.
And that will work the count full. The payoff pitch, that is fouled back and out of play. Jose Haas Alfonson. Vamos, dale, 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 otra.
Hunter Jones doing a good job of spoiling that last pitch to stay alive in this at bat.
Full count, misses low for ball 4. And Salazar gives up his third walk at the inning. Runners on the corners with one out. And Coach Crimpane is
probably seen
headed to the mound.
All he wants here, you know, again, Oscar having a difficult time with the first inning against Smithson Valley in game 2, and now showing it here in the 4th with 3 walks, and yep, that would immediately see Coach Crimpine pull the ball. Now, of course, we're not going to see the bat of Oscar Salazar come out as now Nathan Miller makes his way to the dugout. We should see our normal adjustments here.
Carson Henderson comes on in relief.
Comes in relief. Oscar Salazar should return now to first and Nathan Miller to third. We will see if that is in fact what, yes, Nathan, well, no, Nathan Miller is not. Yes, he is. Okay, so Nathan Miller makes his way over to third base in replacement of Diego Gayton. Oscar Salazar will assume his role as the first baseman, which is the case when Gavin Silva is on the mound, and Carson Henderson does come in relief of Oscar as the pitcher.
Alamo Heights now leading it 2-1 over the Raiders.
And with runners in.
Alberto Quiroga, nice hit, Bruno. So Kathleen trying to fix the
scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
A little bit off there. Got hitting the wrong side, and new scoreboard, new operations, so trying to figure out how to make those corrections. I'm sure that will be taken care of here momentarily. Of course,
due up, Hunt Conger, Albert Colglazer, and Parks Zunker. Runners on the corners for the Mules.
And we get back underway here with Carson Henderson and his first batter.
And Conger will take for a strike. Henderson, a left-handed pitcher. Of course, you still have Dalton Holbrook available. He went an inning and a third last night. The 0-1, that's high for ball 1. That will even it up. The pitch by Henderson, that will get away from Forcell as Jones will take second base. (1-1) the count
2-1.
to Conger. 2-1?
2-1 the count.
Okay, 2-1.
2-2.
That is fouled back, and that'll make it 2-2. Okay.
Should be 2-2.
2-2's the count.
Yes, 2-2's the count. Confirmed by home plate umpire. No,
That is lifted high into foul territory. Salazar not able to get to it in time, and Conger will get another opportunity.
Yeah. Yes.
Modern technology, you just got to love it. Having to totally reset the scoreboard.
And with a new board, you would suspect that they should have a very quick and simple, but it just is not the case.
2-2 the count to Conger. The 2-2 pitch. A breaking ball, and that gets by Porcel.
What is going on here with just seeing
And the count goes full.
An irregular amount of pitches getting away at home plate, and
There is some activity going. We have a righty going in the bullpen.
Yes, Carter O'Neill getting number 55, getting warmed up.
Full count to Hunt Conger. Runners at second and third with one out. The payoff pitch. This is low for ball 4, and that is the fourth walk issued by Raider pitching in this inning. And as we've mentioned many times, there is no defense for walks.
Yes, sir. And again, still being able to keep the double play ball alive here, but at some point you got to pitch to contact, right? And get something in play, allow the defense to work behind you. And, it's not something that you will see if you're going to continually throw balls. And now we are seeing the Alamo Heights hitters be very patient as
Cole
they
Glazer
have seen a lot of walks.
Comes to the plate. He's been hit by a pitch. A breaking ball misses low for ball 1. Henderson comes set. The 1-0 pitch. The breaking ball gets the outside corner for a strike. And the count goes 1-1. Well, somebody's got the rattle trap going.
Yeah, there's several of them actually. He's got a really big one there at the steps. That's probably who we're hearing. Oh yeah, definitely him.
Throw over to first. Not in time as Conger gets back safely. Henderson takes a long look in. 1-1 pitch. This is lifted high into center field, and that'll drop in for a base hit, and that will score another run.
I guess they were able to really pick up on that, where here in the press box, that ball looked like it was hit well enough for Landon Miller to make a play on it, but the guys were running pretty steadily and as if to indicate that they could see very easily, and very likely they could because they're still ground level where here we are in the box and straight away to dead center and drops in front of Landon Miller.
3 runs have scored in this inning for the Mules. Swing and a miss from Parks Zunker for strike 1. Zunker 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Jose Haas Alfonso, vamos mijo. Mule fan number 1, vamos mulas. And Santiago Quiroga, go Mules. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Blake Botter on deck. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And actually a foul tip.
And in and out of the glove of Xander Forcell. So Park Zonker is able to stay alive here in the at-bat.
Oh, 2 pitch. Fastball catches him looking for strike 3. And that will retire Park Zunker for out number 2. And we'll bring up Blake Botter. Bases loaded for Botter. Luke Spielhagen on deck. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike 1. Botter 0 for 2. He has struck out swinging and looking. Pitch outside for ball 1.
Yeah, definitely an outside pitch there, and a lot of folks here in the stands not really liking that call so much, but was the right call.
The 1-1 pitch is swing and a miss for strike 2.
You know, one thing that you see very frequently whenever you have a really big inning like this is every Alamo Heights, every guy wants to get up there and just keep the inning going and keep the offense rolling and keep the momentum in their favor. And
the 1-2 pitch, that's fouled away.
But we're starting to see some of these guys swing at things that really they shouldn't be, you know, just being so antsy and be so amped up that they really want to drive in that next run and, again, just keep the inning running. And that was
Hunter Jones takes off for home. I'm not
all three
exactly
of them took
sure
off,
what was going on with that. Carson Henderson was on the mound and paying attention.
He recognized he threw it high and allowed Xander Forcell to be able to handle that ball and just basically wait for Jones to run into him to get the third out. And, of course, with that being a base running error, that will see Conger. Correct? Is that who was up?
That will go 1-2.
No, I'm sorry. Botter was up.
Yeah, Botter was up, so he'll come back to the plate. But an interesting call Coach Boyd had with everybody going.
Yeah, I don't understand other than giving Botter the opportunity to come back in.
You had Botter in a 1-2 count is just interesting. Well, that will do it for the Mules in the 4th. They get 3 runs on 2 hits, and they leave 2. And after 3.5, it's 3-1 Alamo Heights. Due up for the Raiders, Xander Forcell, Andrew Sanchez, and Nathan Miller. Yeah, let's do a UIL spot.
And we will be right back with you folks after this message from UIL.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid earned that solo!
You see my kid?
Yeah,
Robles will step off and reset the pitch. Ain't that right, Camino? We don't need more rattle noise maker. We need more cowbell. More cowbell. I've got a fever. And the prescription is more cowbell. 1-1 the count to Xander Forcell. So yeah, what a way to end an inning with that with bases loaded. The 1-1 pitch, that misses low for ball 2.
I think, what do we have? 3 hits to 2, I believe, on the.
Forcell sends this one out to center field, and Park Zunker will track it and make the catch. And that will do it for Forcell for out number 1.
Now batting designated hitter number 11, Andrew Sanchez.
Andrew Sanchez will come to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He flew out to center his first time up.
We do have 2 to 2 hits, according to what I'm showing in Game Changer.
Well, I will tell you, Rouse has 1, 2 hits. That's correct. Nathan Miller on deck. A swing and a miss from Sanchez for strike 1. Robles from the windup. This is hit out to right center. Park Zunker able to get to it as well for out number 2. 2 away.
Yeah, and both Xander and Andrew Sanchez having really great contact there, just not out of the defensive range of Park Zunker as he's running both of those down. Actually got a little turned around with Xander's hit to dead center, but was able to right the ship there and corral the ball for the first out, and then ran right underneath the shot from Andrew Sanchez.
First pitch in for a strike to Nathan Miller. Miller 0 for 1. He grounded to third his first time up.
And Robles with new life here as he is now
what a
with
shot,
a 2-run.
What a shot in the arm, right? With a 2-run lead. A breaking ball. Wow. Surprised. That was a good-looking pitch.
That was a really good-looking pitch, and a very similar pitch that saw Nathan Miller get rung up his last at-bat.
He's called that pretty much a strike for Robles all night long. The 1-1, this is hit foul and out of play. 1-2. Jacob Solis on deck.
I would definitely say not a pitch that you want to give the opportunity to the umpire to call. You should be swinging on the next inside breaking pitch that you see just to foul off and see another pitch.
1-2. This is chopped on and hit over to short. Throw to first will not be in time. And an errant throw. And Nathan Miller will pick up a single and a
great heads-up running there from Nathan Miller as he rounds, seeing that the ball gets away. But more than not, Yul Salaburu actually runs in to Massey as they're both trying to make the play. Massey's sitting on that, and it's really shortstop. It's Massey's play all the way as Yul makes his way all the way across and runs into
so they're going to bring in
Luke Massey.
Trey Schluter as a pinch runner.
Yeah,
for Nathan Miller.
Yeah, runner in scoring position here. Even though we do have 2 outs, and you're wanting to trade up for more speed on the base path, and Trey Schluter very much so represents that.
Carson Henderson on deck.
Now batting shortstop, number 7, Jacob Solis.
Jacob Solis with a walk to his credit. He's 0 for 0, and he will take for ball 1. Broderick gives the sign. Robles comes set. And he will step off and look Schluter back to second.
I don't know if the mics picked up on that. That was funny.
What's that?
There's one of the dads in the stands. What the heck was that?
The 1-0 pitch.
That was one of our guys. Oh.
That's in for a strike, and that will even the count at 1.
Sorry, I guess that was a player that said that, but it's extremely clear in my ears that made it sound like it was somebody in the stands. What the heck was that?
1-1 the count to Solis. Robles checks Schluter at second. The pitch. That'll get behind Broderick to the backstop, and Schluter will advance on the wild pitch.
Yeah, what gets away from Broderick, and Schluter was even confused. He didn't see. There was just so much traffic between Robles being in his way, Broderick, the umpire, the batter. Did the ball get away? Where did it go? And very unsure, but still able to scamper down to third easily. And now 90 feet away for the second run for the Raiders.
2-1 the count to Solis. One on with 2 outs. The 2-1 pitch, a breaking ball.
Great pitch. Wow, another great pitch. Called a ball.
Now that's
from
interesting.
Robles, and man, that looks good.
2 of those pitches that should have been called strikes.
Yeah, back-to-back batters as well, and that just allows him to stay alive. Granted, that would have been strike 2, but he'd still be in the at-bat, but great pitch.
The 3-1 pitch, that's high up. Oh, my goodness.
Well,
I guess it's a makeup call.
That was, looked like a strike as well. But
that
could have been outside.
Could have been outside. High and outside. So full count to Solis. The payoff pitch. That is hit down to first base. Cole Glazer has it, will step on the bag, and that will do it for the Raider fourth. They get no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. And after 4 complete, it's 3-1 Alamo Heights.
Grand slam.
Want to take this opportunity to recognize our walk-off level sponsor.
Yes, walk-off.
GPS Legends Baseball. With over 50 years of professional playing experience on staff, we help young men find their direction on and off the field. It's bigger than baseball. Thank you, Brandon Puffer and the fine folks at GPS Legends Baseball, for your support of Rouse Raider baseball. Carson Henderson back out on the mound to pitch the 5th. Due up for the Mules in the 5th will be Blake Botters, Luke Spielhagen, and Bruno Robles. Raiders have some work to do.
Yes, they do, and, it'll start right here with a quick inning. Would love to see them get back on track and 3 up, 3 down, or at least keep the hitting at bay and keep the base runners low, if none, at best, and give the offense an opportunity to get back on the field. And we are coming around to the top of the lineup here for the Raiders. So
2 of the 3 runs that have scored for the Mules were walks.
yes, sir. And the other one, pass ball.
Botter will foul this one away for strike 1. Henderson from the stretch. The 0-1, that's high and outside for ball 1, and that will even the count.
We would always call those half outs, right? The foul ball that bounces off the netting and is actually grabbed by one of the
Blake
opposing
Gonzalez.
players. And
Wow, another breaking ball that he did not
great
call a
pitch.
strike.
And
Yeah,
I guess he says that misses high.
but he's doing it to both pitchers.
Yes, he is.
2-1, a fastball on the outside corner.
Great pitch there. Great location on that.
It will even the count at 2. Bonner is 0 for 2. With a strikeout looking and swinging. The 2-2 pitch.
Tries to hit the same spot as the last pitch and
Misses low for
missed a little
ball
bit low
3,
on
and
that one, yes.
Bonner works the count full. Anderson comes set. The payoff pitch. That is fouled back and out of play. The payoff pitch coming again. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's the hat trick for Blake Bonner on strikeouts. That'll bring up Luke Spielhagen. Spielhagen is 0 for 1. He has grounded to short and walked and came around to score. He's one of those walks that scored. Mima and Papa checking in. Go Raiders, keep it going. Seniors, stay alive. That pitch in for a strike.
Yeah, and I believe he was the first run, correct? Spielhagen?
He was the first
So
run.
he not only got on with the walk, but scored on a wild pitch.
He did.
So sort of a double whammy with him.
That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2.
See, Spielhagen was backing out of the box as that pitch was coming across to be called a strike.
The 0-2 pitch. This is line to Rainer Heinrich. And what a catch that he makes.
Unbelievable as he climbs the ladder on that and seemed to just he froze himself as he looked like he jumped too early, but was still able to get that ball.
Yeah, that was a great catch because it looked like it was going to go over his glove.
Exactly.
Great effort by Rainer Heinrich. Much like last night on that diving catch that he made on Bruno Robles. Robles will take for strike 1.
Yeah, we talked about that before the game, and he says, after the balk call, which was a line drive to get Robles out, the next pitch was the flare.
Fastball down the middle for strike 2.
And he says, I actually moved position. I backed up a step.
Robles 1 for 2.
And he's like, if I had not done that, there's no way he would have gotten to that ball as close as it was.
A breaking ball just misses for ball 1, which, and again, it was another great looking pitch.
Yeah, and even Xander had to do the little fake pump throw back as delayed throw to Henderson.
Yul Salaburu on deck. 1-2 pitch. A breaking ball catches him looking for strike 3. And that will do it. The Mules go in order in the 5th. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Raiders in the bottom. Carson Henderson, Rainer Heinrich, and Tyler Espinoza.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered, getting the 3 up, 3 down inning.
We're going to take a moment for another UIL spot, and we'll be right back with you here in just a moment. Thank you for watching Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. Bruno Robles back out to pitch the 5th.
And to get a quick little update, Robles.
Get an update on the pitch count.
Oh, very, very low. He's only at 65 pitches. Now, granted, that's through 4, 65 pitches, as we are here at the bottom of the 5th. And in stark contrast, as we've already seen Oscar Salazar exit the game earlier, he left with 71 pitches. Oscar only going 3 1/3 innings, did only allow 1 hit, but 3 runs came across, all earned, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks.
CH checking in. Let's go Mules. Carson Henderson makes his way to the plate for his first at bat of the night. He will take for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That's down the middle for strike 1, and that will even the count at 1. Rainer Heinrich on deck. Raiders desperately needing some base runners. Robles winds and deals a swing and a miss for strike 2. And Henderson in a 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch. That's fouled back and out of play. Robles takes a long look in. Roderick gives the signs again. 1-2 pitch.
And a nice little flare.
Left. And that'll be a base hit for Carson Henderson.
Very effective. It's just stab the bat out there and just creeps away from Massey, who just comes up a little shaken as he lays out, trying to do his best Rainer Heinrich impression to try to make an out. And
Gavin Silva, courtesy running for Henderson.
Very nice to see.
One on with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th for Rainer Heinrich. Heinrich has walked and singled. Tyler Espinoza on deck. The tying run is at the plate. First pitch to Heinrich outside for ball 1.
Which, as I mentioned last night, this being the first true home game for the Raiders here in the playoffs.
Yeah, because their home game versus Smithson Valley last week, due to weather conditions and field conditions, we had to play at Glenn High School across town.
Yeah, natural surface here at Raider Field, and we will see that change after this season comes to an end.
Silva extends his lead at first. Robles takes a long look in. Heinrich will call time and step out. Robles comes set. Pitch almost hits him on the shoulder for ball 2.
Third time that we've seen Rainer Heinrich getting brushed back. That not nearly as close as some of the other ones that have happened tonight. One putting him on the ground on the high inside fastball earlier in the game.
Do have more activity going in the Raider bullpen. No activity going on in the Mule bullpen.
Number 2, that it should be, I believe, Eli.
The 2-0. This is hit into left, and the bat comes flying out of Heinrich's hand. He will have a single, and that's 2 aboard for Tyler Espinosa. That's 2 more hits for the Raiders, a total of 4 hits.
Now batting for your Rouse Raiders, right fielder, number 12, Tyler Espinosa.
Yeah, it was confirmed. Number 2, Eli Barone, warming up for the Raiders in the off chance that Carson Henderson has any issues, but he has proven that he can handle a complete game, as he has come in a few times.
Espinosa 0 for 2. He has struck out looking and flown out to right, and he will show bunt and foul that one off into the catcher's glove for strike 1. Oscar Salazar on deck.
Once again, Spielhagen being the one that crashes here on the bunt. Show of bunt from Tyler Espinosa.
And pitch a strike down the middle for strike 2. And Luke Spielhagen is just coming in almost dead even with Bruno Robles at the plate and is having nobody at second base anticipating the bunt, but he's back at his spot now. The 0-2 as Broderick sets up way outside for ball 1. One and 2 the count. Two on with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Robles will deal, and
deep enough.
Espinosa hits this one out to right. That'll be played by.
Not deep enough. Oh, but way off the line.
Hunt Cogger, and that not deep enough to get Silva to third.
Yeah, but the throw, again, you really don't know that that's going to happen, but that throw was way off and actually pulled Salaburu almost to the grass dirt transition to make the play, and Massey made a quick run to cover the bag just in case Gavin thought about taking off late.
Landon Miller on deck with Oscar Salazar at the plate. Salazar is grounded to short, and it was called out for runner interference. Robles from the stretch. He'll deal low for ball 1.
And I guess no reason to revisit that.
Other than my broken heart.
Pitch outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Salazar.
Quick words of encouragement from Oscar Salazar Sr.
2-0 pitch. This is hit back up the middle. This will be played by Massey. Will throw to first in time. And that'll go 6-3.
Yeah, Massey doing a really good job there of staying with that ball as it actually took an awkward hop. He was able to snag it with the glove, but really his balance was well off and able to right the ship there, get his feet underneath him, and make a good solid throw over there to get Oscar Salazar, who was doing everything he could to get up the line and get the infield hit.
That'll bring up Landon Miller. Miller has reached on a drop third strike and flown out to right. This is lined
There we
into
go.
left.
That's
This will
Clayton
score
2.
2, and that will tie the ball game as Rainer Heinrich slides in.
And an absolutely nuked ball from Landon Miller through the 5-6 hole into left field. And without a doubt, they were automatically sending. And now the home plate umpire is going to
Rainer
try
Heinrich.
to. What is going on here? You have got to be kidding me. The home plate umpire is now charging everybody and telling every single player to get inside the dugout on a celebration call for tying the game up. Better to be seen, not heard, but, you know, wow. Absolutely ridiculous. And he's going to hear a lot, and here comes Coach Crimpine to also talk to home plate umpire to find out what his issues are with the players wanting to celebrate the fact that they just tied this game up.
And he's very animated.
He's extremely animated. He's upset.
He's upset.
God forbid we enjoy the game of baseball as players.
My goodness. It's playoff baseball between two great teams, and all right, we'll move on. It's 2 away for Xander Forcell, 1 on with Landon Miller at first base. Xander Forcell is 1 for 2. He has doubled and flown out to center, and he will foul this one away for strike 1.
We can't be loud now.
All right, so Forcell will step back in. Andrew Sanchez on deck. Broderick runs back through the signs. Robles from the stretch. He comes set to throw to first. Will not be in time as Miller dives back in safely.
And once again, Robles trying to keep Landon Miller tight to the bag there, as he's one of the guys that was so close to being picked off earlier in the game. Robles letting them know, hey, man, I hadn't forgot about you over there.
The 0-1. Forcell shows bunt and gets rung up on the strike.
Well, I know one thing that worked extremely well last season, Colin Correjo did a lot of it, which was third baseman Yul Salaburu is well deep, and if you can lay down a bunt unexpected down the third base line, you're running, and you're easily getting an infield hit.
Roderick sets up on the outside. A breaking ball that could go either way, and just
very
doesn't get the call for ball
borderline
one.
call.
Yeah.
Borderline pitch there. But again, we've consistently seen him those high in the zone pitches have not really been called tonight.
1-2 the count to Forcell. Robles comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Miller takes off to second, and Broderick loses the handle.
Hot potato with the baseball there was Broderick.
And Miller will pick up a stolen base as Broderick lost it on the transition. Two-two. Deuce is wild for Xander Forcell. The 2-2 pitch, that's outside for ball three. Full count. Forcell working back from an 0-2 count. The 1-2 pitch, that's in the dirt for ball four. Runners at first and second for Andrew Sanchez.
Would like to see that opposite field hit here that Andrew had, similar to the game 2 against Smithson Valley down the third base line that found its way to the corner, and a great time for that here. And once again, the outside, left and right fielder are playing well off the line.
Sanchez is 0 for 2. He has flown out to center both times. Nathan Miller on deck. Now we got some fans out beyond the center field fence.
Yes, we do. Yeah, I've seen that for a bit here. On top of their trucks, just be able to see past the fence line.
Robles takes a long look in. First, Sanchez waiting for his first pitch. This is fouled back out of play for strike one.
Got it, Andrew.
Nothing in one the count to Sanchez. Robles comes set. Miller extends his lead at second. The pitch swung on and missed for strike two. Nothing in two the count to Sanchez. Robles toes in. The 0-2 pitch. That's high and outside for ball one.
Yeah, great pitch recognition there, not chasing that ball up and out of the zone. Very easily could happen.
One and two. Two on with two outs.
Landon Miller getting a really good lead over there at second.
1-2 pitch. That's outside for ball two. Deuce is wild for Sanchez. Miller takes off the third, and he'll pick up a stolen base. Robles was not paying attention.
That's what I was looking at earlier, because he was just really being antsy down the line, and it really looked like he was trying to find an opportunity to make that exact thing happen. And
runners on the corners.
And no bigger spot here for Andrew Sanchez. riding a 4-game hitting streak.
The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Robles works out of the jam to end the Raider 5th, but the Raiders will pick up 2 runs on 3 hits, and they strand 2. On to the 6th we go with a brand new ball game.
Coach, again, very upset about something that happened. Andrew Sanchez even turned around and asked the umpire a question and was very unhappy with something that had happened in his at-bat. I couldn't quite make out what it was, but I believe that maybe that's what Coach Grimpine was discussing with him as well. So we do see Carson Henderson making his way back out here in the top of the 6th inning. We now have a tied ball game 3-3 with those 2 runs coming across for the Raiders. So as we always love to say, brand new ball game here with 2 innings left to go. Defensively, no adjustments being made by the Raiders. Still seeing Nathan Miller at third, Jacob Solis at short, Rainer Heinrich, and of course Oscar Salazar. Henderson coming out for his 3rd inning of work. Outfield the same as well.
Due up for the Mules, Salaburu, Broderick, and Jones.
You know, and just quick review again, as I mentioned before, Oscar Salazar, 3 1/3, 71 total pitches. Very efficient early, ended up being 40 for strikes as we saw the fastball just sort of get loose and not finding the strike zone with any kind of regularity, with the 3 walks and walking in a run, and a wild pitch brought in another run.
Salaburu has struck out and walked, and he has scored. Breaking ball in for strike 1.
Yeah, very good pitch there on the outer half. It creeps across. A lot of late movement there from the lefty.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. Broderick on deck. Henderson comes set. The 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will retire Salaburu.
Yeah, and just as we saw Robles come alive whenever they get the 2-run lead for the Alamo Heights Mules, Robles just was dialed in, and now we get to see the same thing with Carson Henderson. New life as we have tied this game up, and Carson Henderson wasting no time to go right at Salaburu.
Broderick will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded to short. Pitch in for a strike. Gage Sharp checking in. Rouse is the best team in Ohio. The 0-1. This is played by Oscar Salazar.
And Broderick falls down.
Slipped.
Wow.
And so there will be no play at first. That'll be a 3-U as he lost his footing coming out of the box.
Yeah, and Henderson making a quick move there to help cover as Oscar Salazar was way off the bag, or the line, should I say, to make the play on that. And Oscar, seeing that Broderick just fell and slipping in the dirt. Gosh, you hate to see that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for sure. That'll bring up Hunter Jones. Jones has walked and struck out. Pitch in for a strike. Steve Kidhill checking in. Let's go Raiders. Mr. Francis and Mr. Kaspar are awesome. Well, thank you for those kind words, my friend.
Thank you
Pitch
very much,
misses
there,
low
Mr. Kidhill.
for ball 1. Heavy on the mister.
Hey, he's earned it.
He has. 1-1 the count to Jones.
Beautiful.
Breaking ball misses
pitch.
low for ball 2.
Not beautiful enough.
2-1 the count. Pitch outside for ball 3.
And again, that's that pitch, that lefty on lefty matchup that always seems to find that pitch right there being called a strike. It's so difficult for a lefty batter to handle.
The 3-1. This is line to second, and that'll be played by Rainer Heinrich. And they go in order in the 6th. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. After 5.5, we're knotted up at 3. Mule fan number 1. Let's go Mules. Best team in San Antonio. What a great team.
I'm not going to argue that.
Very proud Mule fan.
I mean, Alamo Heights had a heck of a regular season district play, going undefeated. You know, so I, can't argue the fact, making it to the area round 2 years in a row. I can't recall what they did in 22, the year that Georgetown won it all. So,
I believe they lost to Georgetown that year.
Okay, so making it to area then as well, and
which I think that might have been, they may have lost it by district that year.
Okay.
With realignment, it changed things up.
Changes everything up, yes, sir.
It put them in District 27 5A. And of course, when I talked with some of the fans and some of the coaches, is that they don't like being in that district with the San Antonio inner city schools. They want to play better competition. So when they do get in the playoffs, that they could play up to the better teams that come through.
Yeah, that's just, again, a great benefit that we have and have had over the last several years is 25-5A is definitely not short of talent and not short of great baseball, as we have seen multiple years in a row now with anywhere from 3 to 4 teams in the top 25 and in most situations in the top 12, 10 to 12 in the state. So.
Due up for the Raiders, Nathan Miller, Jacob Solis, and Diego Gayton, or not Diego Gayton, Carson Henderson. Miller is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to third. Jacob Solis on deck. That pitch in for a strike, and looks like it almost hit his elbow.
Which has been, if anybody has seen enough of those pitches, it is Nathan Miller tonight.
The 0-1 pitch. This is hit back up the middle. This will be played by Massey, the third to first in time, and that will do it for Miller. 6-3 on the putout.
Now batting shortstop, number 7, Jacob Solis.
Pitch from Robles to Solis misses for ball 1. Solis has walked and grounded to first. 1-0 pitch. That's in for a strike. A fastball down the middle.
Solis is one of those whose bat really started to come alive once we got into the non-district games. We really got to see him liven up and start getting a lot of great hits. Extra base hit, first of the season during the Smithson Valley game. When he pulled that one down the line, it made its way to the left field corner.
1-1 pitch, another fastball down the middle for strike 2.
Somebody that we'll get to see a lot of the next couple of years, as he is only a sophomore, Jacob Solis.
1-2 the count. The pitch. That is cut on and Hit over to third. Salaburu has it, a throw to first in time, and that will do it for Solis. That will bring up Carson Henderson.
Now batting pitcher, number 13, Carson Henderson.
Henderson is 1 for 1. He has singled and scored. Rainer Heinrich on deck. And that pitch in for a strike. And Henderson shows bunt and lays off for ball 1. Interesting.
Not going to fault him for that. Lefty's having a few steps closer to first base, and if you can catch somebody off guard by throwing a bunt down, shows can be very effective.
1-1 the count to Henderson. He shows bunt and will foul that one away for strike 2.
I say the Rattler went away for a while there, and he had a pom-pom in his hand, and I guess he had to trade up the pom-pom and bring that big old Rattler.
Robles from the windup. Take a long look in. He works very methodically.
Carson is not calling time.
1-2 pitch.
Yeah.
Catches him looking for strike 3.
Great pitch.
And that will do it for the Raiders. They go in order in the 6th. On to the 7th we go. We're knotted up at 3 here at Raider Field. Mule fan, what a wonderful game. The Alamo Heights Mules went 16-0. How amazing. Howdy, Mr. Booth. Oh, Mr. Booth, I'm not sure I understood his question. Did any of these teams go 13-0? If so, I would not have let them in the playoffs. I don't think I understand your statement. If you can clarify, that would be great. Tony Lucero, tons of talent still riding the bench for the Mules. Carson Henderson back out to pitch the 7th. Due up for the Mules in the 7th. Conger, Cole Glazer, and Zunker. That is your 7, 8, and 9 hitters.
So in similar fashion, really right in the same positions in the lineups as we just went through our 7, 8, and 9 batters for the Raiders. In the bottom of the 6th, we see it being followed up with a 7, 8, and 9 for the Mules here in the top of the 7th. And back-to-back 3 up, 3 down innings for the Raiders.
Yeah.
So Carson Henderson starting to dial things in and find his stride as he's now made his way into his 4th inning of work, currently 2 2/3.
Max Bacon checking in. Someone call the cops. The Mules are going to steal this game. Conger has walked and struck out. Looking, he takes for strike 1. Cole Glazer on deck. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2 as Conger was swinging for the fences.
Carson Henderson with an extra little zip on that fastball.
The 0-2. This is popped up. That's a high fly ball to center. Landon Miller tracks it, makes the catch. And that will do it for Conger for out number 1. That will bring up Albert Colglazer. Colglazer is 1 for 1. He has been hit by a pitch and singled. Parks Zucker on deck, a swing and a miss for strike one.
And as I said, Carson Henderson really starting to get dialed in here, and he is just going right at these guys.
Swing and a miss for strike two.
And really doing a good job of mixing things up. I mean, off speed, getting the changeup in there, then turning around and coming back with the fastball, and then he'll throw that hook. Very likely to see that here.
The 0-2 breaking ball outside for ball one.
Which it was, but didn't quite catch enough of the...
Boo Corrigan, great game to watch. Robles and Rouse, dudes are locked in. The 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike three, and that will retire Colglazer.
Now batting center fielder number 4.
Parks.
That is the 13th strikeout on the Mules tonight. Parks Zunker will take for ball one. Zunker is 0 for 2 with a strikeout swinging and a strikeout looking. Blake Botter on deck. This one is fouled back and out of play for strike one. The 1-1 pitch, that is swung on and missed for strike two. And Zunker in a 1-2 count. 1-2 pitch. Just misses low for ball two.
Yeah, Xander doing everything he could to try to frame that and sneak it up just a little bit to see if he could get the strike call. We do have some.
That is hit back up the middle. That'll be played by Solis to throw to first in time. 6-3. And they go in order in the seventh.
And I was going to say, we do have a little action going on here in the bullpen for the Alamo Heights Mules, and looks like it's Yul Salaburu that was warming up.
Due up for the Raiders in the seventh.
And it was.
Top of the order, Heinrich, Espinosa, and Salazar.
He is going back to his spot at third, and Robles coming out to.
How many pitches does he have left in the tank? He's at 102.
Oh, there you go.
He's at 102 pitches through 6 innings. He has 8 pitches.
Yeah, right at 102. So again, based off of what I'm seeing there with Yul Salaburu warming up there in between innings, that may indicate that he will be our next pitcher or the next pitcher for the Alamo Heights Mules. As Robles has shown to be very, very effective and very efficient.
Don't miss the final UIL state event of the year, the 2024 State Baseball Tournament, taking place Wednesday, June 5th through Saturday, June 8th. These games will be played at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, with Conference 4A games taking place at the historic Dish Falk Field at the University of Texas at Austin campus. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball.
Leading your Raiders up. Bottom of the seventh.
Got a little Avengers playing in the background there.
Rainer Heinrich makes his way to the plate. He has walked and singled twice. He's come around to score twice.
Could we potentially see a walk-off here in this inning?
First pitch from Robles is in for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. Rainer Heinrich shows bunt, pops it up, and it is caught by.
Again, seeing Sal
Broderick.
playing back, at third base, and Heinrich looking to lay down a quick bunt to draw the defense off, and not able to execute there as he pops that up. Wow.
That'll bring up Tyler Espinoza. Espinoza is 0 for 3. He has struck out looking and flown out to right twice. He will take for ball 1.
Yeah, definitely can't fault Rainer for that thought, but execution had a little to be desired.
1-0. That's in for a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. This is hit out to left. Botter will make 3 steps over and make the catch, and that will do it for Espinoza for out number 2, and that will bring up Oscar Salazar.
Oscar Salazar.
Landon Miller on deck. That is fouled away for strike 1.
Off the
Landon,
mask of the home plate umpire. And
Landon Miller helping his on-deck fielding percentage.
Yeah, and Broderick really quick to recognize that and giving the umpire a little bit of time to collect himself as he had to reposition the mask and make sure he's okay.
Nothing in 1 the count to Salazar. Robles winds and deals and will bounce away from Broderick for ball 1. Nobody on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. We're knotted up at 3. The 1-1 pitch. That's in for a strike. And Salazar in a 1-2 count. And Robles is at 110 pitches. 1-2 pitch. That is
what a
hit
snag.
Back to Robles, and he will lob it over, and that will do it. The Raiders go in order in the 7th.
What a quick glove there for Robles.
As Robles goes all 110. On to the 8th we go. We're into the extras. Due up for the Mules. Back to the top of the order. Botter, Spielhagen, and Robles.
Yeah, Coach was looking for some recognition of the pitch count, and I don't know whether he was looking up our way or not, but I did motion to him that he was, in fact, at 110. So
no, that was 111. So the umpires having a conversation with coaches.
Just letting them know extra innings. I mean, there's not really any different rules here.
I just saw a lightning flash off in the distance.
That's about the 3rd or 4th one.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
That's the first one that I've seen.
Yeah, we've had some pop up over here and a couple to dead center. So Carson Henderson.
There we go. Carson Henderson back out on the mound.
Great minds think alike.
He came on in relief of Oscar Salazar back in the 4th. As Salazar went 3 1/3.
And is that? Yep. And once again, Yul Salaburu is up in the bullpen here between innings for the Alamo Heights Mules. So, again, I would expect he will be the one to relieve Robles. Question will be is, will we see Robles make his way over to shortstop or third? What will happen defensively? Wouldn't expect that they would be pulling Robles out with the bat that he possesses.
Potter
keep him in.
is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He will take for strike 1. Mule fan, what an unbelievable game. Take in the extras, Mules, and keep the season alive. Bottoms up.
Agreed. Very, very good game here.
The 0-1 pitch, that's fouled back for strike 2.
Spielhagen.
Yeah, Spielhagen on deck. Henderson steps off and will reset. He toes back in. The 0-2 delivery is cut on and missed for strike 3. And Botter strikes out for the 4th time tonight.
Second baseman, number 2, Luke.
Yeah, and even more and more on the line here as each of the guys coming up really wants to produce and help their squad out and continue their playoff.
For the Mules, it's win or go home. If they win this game, we will play game 3 tomorrow at Dripping Springs. That pitch misses low and inside for ball 1 to Spielhagen.
1 o'clock first pitch.
Spielhagen is walked, grounded to second, and lined to second. This is hit deep to center. Landon Miller in on it will make the catch. And that will retire Spielhagen. We're out number 2, and that will bring up Bruno Robles. Robles has struck out twice and singled. He's come around to score. And what a game this young man has had tonight on the mound and at the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, he hit that rocket shot up the middle earlier in the game for the second hit.
That'll be played by Solis, and it was deep in the hole as nobody could get to it, and that'll be a base hit. And the go-ahead run is aboard.
Just in the right spot there to be able to see him reach.
And it was just a slow roller, right?
Correct. And Nathan Miller did everything he could to make his way across. He would have really had the best opportunity to play that, but just enough pace on the ball to get through or past him. And
that will bring up Salaburu. Salaburu struck out twice and grounded to short.
Courtesy runner. I'm trying to find out who that is.
All right, I'll take that back. He has struck out twice and walked. I was looking at Broderick's line. I'm sorry.
And the courtesy runner is Frederick Labatt.
Breaking ball high and outside for ball 1.
For the Mules.
Will Broderick on deck. Henderson comes set. Breaking ball cut on and missed for strike 1, and that will even the count at 1. Xander Forcell doing a heck of a job. He's up quick, wanting to cut off any advance.
Yeah, just looking to keep these guys away from second base, away from that possible scoring position.
Forcell calls time. He wanted, I guess, make sure he's on the same page with coaches as far as the pitch call. 1-1 the count to Salaburu.
Oh, no.
That
Snap
will go
throw.
and
Oh, no. Snap throw from Carson
Labatt
Henderson
will
trying to get.
get the third, and the go-ahead run is at third base.
Yeah, trying to get Labatt sleeping, catch him sleeping, and Oscar went to try to get the ball and tripped over Labatt as he was diving back to first. And, again, that's a baseball play there. No bad play, no ill intent, nothing. Just normal baseball, and Oscar not able to get to that ball as it runs up the fence line to right foul territory, right field, allowing Labatt to get 2 bases on that.
1-1 the count to Salaburu. Pitch inside and low for ball 2. Coach Crampane will call time. One and two the count. I take that back. 2-1 the count to Salaburu.
Yeah, and I think this is just more of a probably just to talk to Henderson. Hey, man, don't worry about that guy over there and what just happened. Let's attack this guy.
You have 2 outs.
He's been pitching great, correct. He's got 2 outs. Let's go after the batter. Let's continue pitching well like you have been. And just shut down any opportunity for them to get the run here.
Porcel gives the sign. Henderson comes set. The 2-1 pitch. A breaking ball that gets beyond Porcel. And Labatt really didn't
Thought twice.
pay attention and thought about advancing as he finally realized that the ball got by Porcel, but it was too late. Carson Henderson was covering the plate, and he had to turn around and get back to third quickly.
Well, and once again, as a base runner there, you got a lot of traffic to look through, right? You got the batter, Salaburu. You've got the umpire. You've got
the 3-1. That is fouled back for strike 2.
You've got Xander,
And a full count.
So he's not really sure that ball gets away. And then once he did, Xander doing a great job of getting to that pitch and putting it perfectly, getting to the ball and putting it perfectly back to Henderson.
The payoff pitch. That's inside and low for ball 4. Runners on the corners for Will Broderick. Broderick has struck out, grounded to short, and to first. He's 0 for 3. They're going to bring on a pinch runner for Salaburu. It's number 6.
Number 6, who I believe we did see. Nope, Oliver Duffin.
Oliver Duffy?
Duffin.
Duffin?
Duffin.
Okay.
Duffin. Oliver Duffin coming in to be the pinch runner for Salaburu, who, again, will now be the new pitcher. So if all goes as what I could see with him warming up.
Nobody holding him on. Henderson deals. That's down and away for ball 1. Fastball low and then outside for ball 2. Two-0 the count. Breaking ball outside for ball 3. The 3-0 pitch. That's in for a strike.
Yeah, looking like he
3
was
and 1.
looking like he was going to take all the way there was Broderick.
Henderson takes a long look in. A 3-1 pitch. Strike down the middle.
Great pitch there from Henderson. Putting himself right back in control here.
The payoff pitch, or I say the payoff pitch, that was ball 4, and the go-ahead run scores on the wild pitch. What a game this has been, right?
Yes, sir. High intensity playoff baseball here in Texas.
Runners on the corners. Courtesy runner coming in for Broderick.
And we do have, nope, that's Hunter Jones. Okay. And that is number 9, Jack Wright. Right, yeah.
Jack Wright, courtesy running for Broderick. Hunter Jones at the plate. He's 0 for 3, or 0 for 2 with a walk. Breaking ball.
Oh, he went around.
Yeah,
he went around. I was like, yeah, he went around. I mean, that was...
They appealed to the third base umpire.
Oh, Boyd was not happy about that, but wow, he...
0-1 the count. And the pitch. This is hit back up the middle. This will be played by Heinrich. He'll toss it to second, and that will end it. But an out too late as the go-ahead run has scored. That is a fielder's choice by Jones. And that will go 4-6 on the putout of Wright. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Raiders in the bottom. Miller, Forcell, and Sanchez. Yul Salaburu comes on in relief of Bruno Robles.
And Robles, so in replacement, Watson Laswell has made his way into third, and Robles has gone to short. Okay, so there you go. Number 5, Watson Laswell, Lasswell. Laswell. I probably could go either way.
Let's say Laswell.
And then again, Robles has
moved to short. And Massey has come out.
And Massey's gone. Yeah, that was going to be the question. Did Massey slide to third with Robles coming in? Or did Robles just replace Yule? I mean, obviously he said he is a jack of all trades and, you know, plays any and all positions on the field. So yeah, could have easily seen him slide into third. You know, and here we go. Here is where the offense, and we are going to see the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Raiders come up to bat.
Landon Miller has reached on a drop third strike. He's flown out to right and singled. He will hit this one. It'll be played by Robles. The throw to first in time.
Great play there from Robles.
for out number one, 6-3 on the putout of Miller.
Yeah, coming right in, and after having gone 111 pitches, shows no effects or ill effects of that as he's able to make a very difficult play.
One out with nobody on here in the bottom of the eighth. Raiders trailing 4-3. Pitch gets the outside corner for strike one. Andrew Sanchez on deck. Purcell has walked, doubled, and flown out to center. Pitch misses low for ball one.
Wow. Another really good pitch there, called ball.
1-1 the count to Purcell. And the pitch, a breaking ball high for ball two. The 2-1 pitch, that's down and away for ball three. Three and one the count to Purcell. The 3-1 pitch. That's low for ball four. And the tying run is aboard.
Yes, sir. Tying run has made its way, and who will be coming in for Mr. Dawson Snow?
Number 11, Andrew Sanchez.
Sanchez is 0 for 3. He has flown out to center twice and struck out. Salaburu from the stretch. The pitch. This is fouled back and out of play for strike one. Sanchez, one of the heroes from the first game versus Smithson Valley at Smithson Valley with a 2-run homer. That is hit into right field. That'll be a base hit.
Oh, he easily could have gotten a third, but at the same time, you do not want to risk getting out number two on or at third base. But man, Dawson Snow had a great jump there and really hard hit ball that gets out to right field in a hurry.
That'll bring up Nathan Miller.
I believe Conger shows he's got a pretty solid arm out there, so coach not wanting to risk.
Gavin Silva pinch running for Sanchez.
Now Silva came in earlier and ran.
Raiders need to score one to tie.
Now batting for your Rouse Raiders, 2-2.
Yul Sadaburu is pitching. 2 to win, 1 to tie. Runners at first and second with 1 out for Nathan Miller. Miller is 1 for 3. He is grounded to third. He has singled and grounded to short. Salaburu deals a swing and a miss for strike one. Jacob Solis on deck. Miller fouls that one back for strike two. And a quick 0-2 hole.
Got a huge gap there. The 5-6 hole is just asking for a ball to be hit through that and keep the inning alive.
From the stretch, the 0-2. That's down and away for ball one.
Ooh. Ball almost getting thrown over Salaburu's head there from Broderick.
It's been a long game. We're 2 hours and 45 minutes in.
Oh, my goodness.
1-2 the count to Nathan Miller. Salaburu from the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. This is popped up into shallow right field.
Oh, great play.
And that'll be caught by Colglazer for out number 2. Raiders down to their final out. And Coach Boyd is going to call time and talk with his infield. Raiders trailing by 1, needing 1 to tie to keep it going, as I mentioned previously. Jordan Cormorn on deck for the Raiders.
Countdown in for your Raiders. Number 7, shortstop, Jacob Solis.
Yul Sadaburu toes in on the rubber. He picks up the sign from Broderick. First pitch in for a strike. Nothing in 1, the count to Solis. The 1 pitch. That's wide of the bag or the plate for ball 1. Double steal on.
Yes, it was. And again, Dawson Snow, great jump there. And even a better pitch to run on as that gets down and away from Broderick. Still able to stop the ball, but not any opportunity to make a attempt at a throw.
2 on with 2 out. And a 1-1 count for Solis. That pitch misses high. And that's a good-looking pitch.
It is, but, again, that's one thing he has been very consistent with tonight. He's not called those upper pitches that are sort of close. He's not called any of them strikes.
The 2-1. This one is hit foul. Strike 2, and that will even the count.
Quick gasp from everybody in the stadium here as he sends that one quickly down the left field line. But
Goose is wild
foul
for Solis. The 2-2 pitch, that is fouled off.
Okay, staying alive.
And the count will stay even at 2.
Harness that number, son. Harness that number right there, Solis. The power of the 7.
Sadaburu goes to the windup. Broderick gives the sign. And Solis will call time. The 2-2 pitch. That is hit back up the middle. The throw to Robles is in time, and that will do it, and the Mules have won game 2 on the arm of Bruno Robles.
Great game, great game. Great fight, both sides.
Raiders lose game 2, and so we will head to Dripping Springs tomorrow.
Game 3
I believe
it
is a 1 o'clock game start. In fact, you can pull up the area round, and you should see.
Yeah, I mean, it was 1 o'clock. I do recall seeing that. Yes, at Dripping Springs, 1 o'clock.
So the Raiders drop game 2 and have to rebound. Tomorrow for both teams, it's win or go home. And again, I believe we will see this same officiating crew.
Correct. Normally just a rotation. So more than likely we will see, I would assume, home plate umpire. I mean, it depends on what direction. They normally have a tendency to just rotate around, clockwise around the diamond. Normally that would indicate that the home plate umpire will be on the third base line, but again, he could be first base. They could rotate it however they want to do it. But yeah, same crew on tap for tomorrow afternoon.
So Alamo Heights doing what they had to do and took advantage of every opportunity that came their way and was able to get this game this evening. And so, tip of the cap to them for doing what they needed to do to win this game. And it's going to be a horse race down to the wire.
Showing that they belong, right? I mean, that's the thing. There was always that discussion, and we heard that from some folks on their side, as well as other folks have talked about, they didn't have quality competition in their district. That's not going to take away from anything that they are here. They're here for a reason.
Right.
They show they belong here. They're taking down Rouse, who's been a very strong offensive team.
And one of the top teams in the state, one of the top 10 in the state all season long.
Yes, sir. So that's why you play the game, right? That's not going to be on paper. Everybody plays the game, and just a quick glance here at the numbers. Obviously we do know that Robles did go 7 full innings, complete normal game, 110, 111 total pitches, 69 for strikes. Salabura comes in, gets 18 pitches, 11 for strikes, going 1 inning, allowing 1 hit. The offense for the Raiders out hitting 7-3. The Mules, and once again that reverts back to walks, no errors per se, other than that pass ball, which really wasn't labeled as an error, but it is an error, and that did have a run score as a result of that. But 3 hits, having 14 strikeouts of the Mules, but 6 walks.
Yeah, they overcame 14 strikeouts. The Raider pitching giving up the 6 walks, and 2 of those runs that scored were walks.
Yeah, and a total of 4 walks for the Raiders batters, and only 5 strikeouts. So, again, just getting quite a few hits, just not really being able to put multiple hits together. They spread those hits out over those 7 innings and, taking advantage where they could, but at the same time not doing enough to get those guys brought around and get more of the runners to come in.
So the Mules take game 2, and game 3 tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Dripping Springs. We'll be on the air at 12:45 tomorrow, and so we will see y'all then. For Jonathan Kaspar, I'm Michael Francis. Thank you for tuning in and watching playoff baseball here on SHN Sports. Good night, everybody.
Good night.